marketers have had a busy 2 years getting ready for this. And it's not just marketers, it's also heads of legal, IT, anybody running an enterprise around Europe that has customers has had to really focus on this. I think marketers are coming to the end of sort of the planning and implementation of the systems parts of this, and the governance, and the putting in place disciplines to manage this over time. And what they're looking forward to is actually being able to use the data in new and different ways. But first they've got to get through this period where they're collecting permissions off of everyone who may currently live in their database. You have to be basically re-opted in order to continue to market to those customers. I think so for 2 or 3 reasons. One is if you have any customers that are anywhere in Europe or go in and out of Europe, you have to comply with the rulings and the regs around it. So there aren't very many businesses that can sort of guarantee that they're not going to have any requirement to comply. The other thing that's driving it is that lots and lots of marketing technology vendors are global, and so they've built capabilities and they've sold in tools and systems, etc., software applications, that you wouldn't necessarily only apply them in one part of the world, you would apply them globally across your business. So I would say most American companies of any size are both aware of GDPR and thinking about how to comply, a little bit behind the Europeans, but not by much. The biggest opportunity is to get it right, and in getting it right, you can actually, I think, build trust with your customers. If they see you approaching the way in which you manage their data in a kind of a responsible, personal, transparent, reliable way, your brand has an opportunity to actually build trust. I think the other thing is it will in one shot help lots and lots of people clean up their databases. So at any point in time, you're probably sending email or mail or SMS, any kind of messaging to customers that aren't really responsive, or people who needs have changed and don't really need your product or services. So this is kind of a one-time reset on databases. Well, I think that in practice, all of the programs around this that I'm aware of, and I work in financial services for the most part, they are joint efforts between the IT team, the legal team, the compliance team, the marketing team, and of course the finance function has had to find a way to make all the investments that have been required. So most companies are looking at this as a sort of an across-the-board program. After all the opt-ins and after the database is refreshed and after data governance practices are in place, it will largely be marketing's job to kind of run the new model. But I think people are looking at that with anticipation in terms of both, not getting it wrong, but also what's the potential of getting it right. In a long career, I've seen anytime there's better quality data that enables you to understand your customer better, whether it's their demographics or their behaviors or what they might need in terms of products or services, anything that gets your data to be more effective at pointing the way, I think is a good thing. And so the key for most people, though, is figuring out what tools you need to put in place, because otherwise you're just sitting there with a big pile of data that is unanalyzed, and the insights from it are not necessarily actionable. So let's get the data in place, analyze it, see what insights you can glean from it, and then figure out how to incorporate it. And we spend a lot of time talking about marketing, but in many ways this will be even more important for doing a good job of customer care and delivering good customer experiences. And people have come to expect that the brands that they buy products and services from, people have come to expect that those brands will be able to know everything about them in real time. So it's almost like all of this underlying stuff is catching up with where customer expectations have rapidly become over the last few years, as people have become very, very digital.